Hey everybody, what's up? It's Jesse here from Trails to the Unknown and What in the Paranormal. And this weekend, I was here along with Alan representing Sasquatch Clothing Company and more here in Vernal, Utah at Phenomecon. And just to prove I did not come alone and I'm not sitting in a room very small by myself, I just wanted to say,
Hello, everyone. What a great weekend.
as you can see in the background, we have our messy beds. We've been sleeping here about 72 days.
We've been here. This is be day 5, I believe. It's
Yeah.
been a long trip, but it was amazing. We sold a lot of merchandise with Sasquatch Clothing Company. We made a lot of contacts here. We shot some interviews. We now have an ending for 2 different films that we're working on, so we're super excited about that. I got some souvenirs this weekend. I got Reaching Beyond the Veil from Maple Slaughter. She autographed it for me. She's one of the people that's going to be part of one of our new films. And then my new prized possession, my Phenomecon program, autographed by the cast of Skinwalker Ranch. Travis Taylor right on top there, dragging down the bottom.
Wait, hold on.
He's
Is
got the
dragon?
little tail on there.
Yeah.
So happy. I love the show. The guys were amazing. Their panel interview Q&A session that they did with the whole cast was just phenomenal. It was really fun to watch. So amazing weekend, Phenomecon, Vernal, Utah. I'm sure we'll be back next year. It's one of those kind of things you don't miss.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about the film that was shown, your and Ron's film, and I believe you also did a presentation kind of talking on that.
Yeah, so we did a screening at Outdoor Amphitheater on Wednesday night, which was really cool, of Alien Contact in the Rockies, which is about Ron and me, and Jesse was there too, and we did some experiments on Ron's property, and we had weird stuff go on, and that's what that film's about. That was really cool. Then Ron and I did a presentation on just our experiences that we've had filming. It's kind of like all the stuff that happened at Skinwalker Ranch has happened to us in different places of the country. So we just did a talk about all that and all our experiences, and we had a great crowd with cool questions, and it was really fun and rewarding.
Excellent. All right, all right, all right. So, well, Alan and Ron were off actually gathering interviews for some upcoming films they're going to be working on, and also one that Alan and I are working on a little bit. I was holding down the fort at the Sasquatch Clothing Company vendor table. It was a really great experience. This is our first time being at this conference, and this is our second year. So it was really impressive, well put together. It was a very easy event, as just looking at it from a vendor perspective, for us to be able to come to. They were always available for help, questions, concerns, whatever it might be. It was laid out really well too. But from what I understand, talking to people that were here last year, the event basically, what would you say, double or tripled in volume or something like that?
Yeah, so we heard. So it was basically a 4-day event, 5-day event when you count tomorrow. And I believe I heard they had over 1,000 tickets sold. So we were probably in the 1,200 to 1,400 range, and the venue was huge. So it was packed in there. It was pretty amazing to see all those people. And they also said only about 20% of the people were local. So you got people coming in from all over, because Vernal's not a big town. And Utah in general, especially around this northern part here, there's not a lot of people. So there's people coming from all over the place. I think they said 37 different states.
And a couple other countries.
A couple other countries and stuff. So it was really cool. I mean, you had the whole cast of Skinwalker Ranch. You had the whole cast of Expedition Bigfoot. You had
Adam Davies.
Adam Davies was here. Dr. Jeff Meldrum was here. A couple high-profile mediums, April Slaughter being one, and then Dr. Rebecca Foster, which was here, and we talked to her. She's really cool too. So pretty amazing, and then of course me,
Sorry,
I still don't think they realized that they invited me, but yeah, it was good.
No, it was a good time, really good time. They had a couple really interesting. They don't get a lot of attention. They're not really a TV show. One of these organizations, UAPX, um, they're doing some really cool work in terms of UAPs. They actually touched a little bit on. There's a whole a deeper path to take to dive into it more. But essentially, I guess you'd call it the rebranding of UFOs into UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. It was really, I think, from what I understand, create a consistency in how they're being referred to within the government. So there's that. So, what else, man? It's just so that's what I can't. It's like this was, I believe not only it's a 5.5 hour, 6 hour drive for us from the Denver area to Vernal, Utah, but I mean, we got here Wednesday night and it's now Saturday night and we're leaving tomorrow morning, even though we could stay for like half the day tomorrow. It's just been that kind of. It is a long week and we're pretty much spent at this point. Fair to say.
Yeah, for sure. And when you're talking, doing speaking, and showing your film, and then you've got a vendor table, we're very accessible to people, and they take advantage of that. Not in a bad way, but they come over and they want to talk to you, and of course, we want to hear those stories. But man, it's a lot when it's one after the other. I think for days on end. One other cool thing that happened was we were talking with Thomas Witherton from the Skinwalker Ranch cast. He's one of the ranch hands there. He said, "Here's a GPS coordinate." He texted it to us. Go there and you'll have it's on a public road and you can view the Skinwalker Ranch from there. So that's what we did last night. We followed the GPS coordinates that he gave us. And we were able to get sort of a mesa side view of some of the Skinwalker Ranch property. And we were able to witness a few interesting things, and we definitely had a little bit of activity. The REM pod was doing its thing for a long time. It was actually pretty interesting. So cool experience to be basically within sight of the Skinwalker Ranch property. Really cool.
Yeah, agreed. That was a pretty neat thing to happen. I put together some video I shot while I was there. Unfortunately, some of the audio did not come through, so it's a bunch of me doing this.
Do you want to talk about what happened with
So,
that audio? Do you want to discuss how that might have happened? No.
edited for content.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I got you.
No, what I found out is on a couple of those times, it was very windy last night, and I was walking around, and a couple times the audio, I got a microphone on here attached. It does help in those situations, but it came loose a couple times, and when I reconnected it, because it was dark, I sorry, I got Tostitos in my throat. I may or may not have put that in the wrong plug.
So the key when using audio video equipment
All right, well, we're done with that interview.
is the microphone does not go into the headphone jack. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
It was dark and it was windy, and it was a really cool experience. I was kind of excited, so I just missed the hole.
Yeah.
Anyways, outside of that, there are a couple that came through fine. So maybe I can I could audio overdub my voice as I try and figure out what I was saying at the time and see how that goes. But outside of that, my gaffe, my faux pas, my oops, my mistake, my that's the wrong hole, my oh man, yeah, I did all that. But anyways, the other thing, because I mean I know you kind of got it at this point, but it's pretty cool that we were that close to the ranch. Skinwalker Ranch was about a half hour or something ish away
From our hotel. Yeah, it was about 38 minutes, something like that, from the hotel.
Yeah.
So we're right in the area. And then if you've ever watched the Blind Frog Ranch, that's sort of the same, almost exact mileage, but going in the opposite direction. But we didn't go out there. They were doing some tours this weekend, but they sold out before we were able to get wrapped up on board. And honestly, the what we do during the day is sometimes enough. Going out at night takes a lot of more energy that we sometimes don't have.
Yeah.
Today was especially rough because Ron and I did our speaking and stuff. There's a whole build up to that. If you've never done that, spoke in front of a big crowd. I mean, I don't get necessarily nerves, but you start to second guess what you have in your presentation, and there's just a lot that goes through your head before that. It's sort of draining, but it's totally worth it.
Yeah, so that's something in our case that I think is kind of hidden in plain sight. A lot of these events, whether it's just Alan and I or Alan and Ron or me, I'm also now known as AKA Mr. Vendor. I can show you that name tag later, but um, is, typically Ron and Alan are going out and trying to connect, make some connections with other folks, try and get interviews, things they can use in upcoming films, but also just trying to develop those relationships for down the road when who knows what might happen. And then when it's Alan and I, we've done it where we've just had the vendor table, but in extremely busy situations. The volume we did over 4 days, we've done more than that in one day, and those are they're great. And but it's just like, man, at the end of the day, you are done. Let me tell you. But so we made it out to be able to kind of be near Skinwalker Ranch and spend some time out there and see the terrain and what it's like out there. So that was really cool. Didn't make it to Blind Frog this year. But speaking of that, we've already had a couple conversations with folks. Alan, I think you had one of those about maybe coming back next year.
Yeah, we were basically invited to come back next year by the organizers. So we'll see how things work out. You never know until you close the deal. There's sometimes scheduling things, and there's some contracts that have to be handled, but we'll get there. I think it's a really great event, and I would love to come back next year. They have all these little paid add-on things you could do, like travel to the perimeter of Skinwalker Ranch, or go to the Blind Frog Ranch, or go ghost hunting with so and so, and they want us to be a part of maybe some of that next year, and actually lead an investigation as an add-on to the conference, and I think that'd be fantastic. And we'd probably do that. Again, this just happened today, but we'd probably do that with the Trails to the Unknown team, and get all three of us out there, and I think that'd be really, really cool, exciting thing for people.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That would be really, really cool. And the movies we've talked about a little bit. We've still got in the oven, still baking. There may be an opportunity to have one and maybe do a world premiere at this event next year. We'll see. That's obviously a whole year away, and a lot of things have to come into play, but we're going to keep our eyes focused on that as a positive thing that's going to happen, and we'll just work through that time frame. We have a whole year. So
For sure.
I don't know. I just when you get tired like this, and you've had this, that's the other thing. It still has to all like sink in and settle, because you have oh geez, I don't even know. And it's great to have them, but you have these interactions with people that come by the vendor table. They want to talk to Alan and to Ron about the movie. They want to talk about our business, what we're selling. They want to talk about themselves, or their husband, wife, friend, sisters, brothers, aunts, cousins, sisters, uncle from the fifth side over, and talk about either that time they think they saw Bigfoot, or they saw an alien or something, and that's cool. I mean, people want to take the time to talk and share those stories, but that's also, it's a lot. I'm probably one of those, I think they call it a extroverted introvert, sort of, maybe. I don't really know, but it's like, you want to engage with people, and I love doing that. But after, 12 hours, I think these were like, oh man, we would get there about 9 and we'd leave at 6. So it's almost like a normal 8-hour day, I guess, in a way, but it is a long day at the end. At the end of the day, there's a day that's a long day. That's the end, when a day is done. Because at the end of the day, look, nothing really matters whether you are into Bigfoot, aliens, or ghosts. But at the end of the day, it's night. Did you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I mean, we've been really busy the last 2 weeks, actually.
Oh,
I'll give
yeah.
you a little update on things.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So we were in Nebraska last weekend. We filmed an episode of Trails to the Unknown out there. Bigfoot, Trails to the Unknown. That's going to be really cool. It's going to be a little different, but really awesome. And then we filmed some critical footage that are needed for Behind the Painted Door, a paranormal road experience. Still working titles on these films, of course, so subject to change. This weekend, I've been editing very fiercely spiritual Bigfoot.
Fiercely.
Fiercely.
Oh, yes, it's very
And
intense. It's also I go camping.
and I can't stop getting more footage because I keep wanting more things. So I filmed a great wrap-up interview this weekend that I think ties out the film. So I just got to go back and put that together. Let's see. Ron and I have been filming a lot for what will be probably Bigfoot Alien Connection 2. I don't know if that title is going to be what it ends up being, but we've got a lot of what we need for that. We're pretty much just missing the main investigations. I think we're going to try to do 2. And we're still working on setting those up. We have a pretty good idea on what we want to do through some of the people we've met, but we're still working on setting those up. They'll still have to be filmed, so this will probably be, easily a next year, even maybe a late next year film. But I see that getting put together pretty soon here. So lots and lots of progress. We've been super, super busy and probably going to stay busy for a while.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. But I think that's about it. There may be more as stuff kind of, rises to the surface, but I think we're both just kind of letting the day, see what I mean? The week, the 4 days we've been here sink in, and, and there will probably be a lot of communication going back and forth between folks about connections made and stuff. So we'll look forward to that. Well, for now, I think we're going to call it a day and probably go to sleep here shortly and eat some more snacks. And yeah, all right. But anyways, leave messages on this video if you have questions or anything like that. Love to talk about whatever, And Ellen?
Yep, stay curious, and thank you guys for your support.
Yeah, absolutely. And, feel free to share the video. You got friends or anything that might be into this stuff. If you are, take the time and, connect with us so you can see more of the stuff that we're putting out there. In the meantime, to the nap time. See you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.